I have.
Yes,
He's been on top of it.
The man's name is Jonathan Goldsmith. He's a veteran TV actor. Guess how old he is?
61.
No, 77 years old.
Really?
Yeah. I bet you
that.
Martin Kilcoyne didn't even know that when his birthday rolls around. Josh, why is the most interesting man in the world no longer the most interesting man in the world?
So they're retiring the actor. They're going to continue on with the campaign, just with a new actor. They're sending him to Mars on a one-way mission to Mars. That's the plot. That's why he's going away. But the most interesting man in the world, Jonathan Goldsmith, the actor, the real person, is actually embroiled in a lawsuit right now with his talent agency because he's allegedly failed to pay them their 10% fee as he's making more and more money from this campaign. Now, he's in a lawsuit. Who knows who's right, who's wrong here? We'll figure it out at some point, but they're going to get rid of him because it's bad publicity. The LA Times has an article with this headline: most interesting man or average guy who doesn't pay bills.
So that's why they're getting rid of him?
Yes.
But what's interesting about the most interesting man in the world is that this makes him more interesting.
The fact that he doesn't pay his talent agency?
Well, it makes it, maybe he's got a story. It's interesting. Let's find out more.
But what really made him interesting anyway? Only that the beer company said he was interesting.
Exactly. When you find out that he's a real person, he loses that luster, McGraw.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't a great line be, he's known for, he once ran a marathon because it was on his way. Mosquitoes refuse to bite him purely out of respect. He's the most interesting man in the world. Why not say he's so good he doesn't have to pay his ad agency 10%?
No,
I don't always pay my ad agency, but when I do, it's less than 10%.
Right, exactly. Now,
I pay them in beer.
Isn't this whole thing a knockoff on Chuck Norris?
Sort of, yeah.
Josh?
Is it?
I would say that.
Well, there was a guy, and we had the guy on the show. The guy started like a blog or something, right? He started a blog, and then he turned it into a book. And what he would do is he would make up ridiculous things about Chuck Norris, like the most absurd things in the world, like I don't know, Chuck Norris, if you cut him he doesn't bleed, right, to show that Chuck Norris is the toughest guy in the world. And it like sort of took off, and like people started putting their own things on it and whatever else, and so he turned it into a book. It was like a best-selling book. So they sort of took that and made the most interesting man in the world out of that. So it was sort of a copycat campaign to begin with.
Well,
so there you go.
But it'll
he's
keep
become
going.
a little more interesting now, though.
In the fall, we'll find out who the new actor is.
Yes, it could be one of you.
If opportunity knocks and he's not home, opportunity waits. He's the most interesting man in the world.
Why can't they have the most interesting woman in the world?
If he were to mispronounce your name, you would feel compelled to change it. His 2 cents is worth $37 in change. Once a rattlesnake bit him. After 5 days of excruciating pain, the snake finally died. He has a 50-50 shot. When he has a 50-50 shot, the odds are 80-20 in his favor. The most interesting man in the world. Numbers, by the numbers. 7:25 next. Big 550 KTRS.